The teachings of Jesus and Muhammad present two distinct ethical frameworks, particularly regarding how believers should relate to those outside their faith. Jesus' message is grounded in radical grace and universal love. He instructs his followers not only to greet everyone, including strangers, but to actively love their enemies. This is far more than a passive feeling. It is a transformative ethic that calls for loving those who may cause harm, praying for persecutors, and embracing outsiders as a reflection of God's impartial care for all. Just as rain falls on both the righteous and the wicked, Jesus' moral standard points toward divine perfection, an ideal that transcends conventional social boundaries. His life embodied this principle. He ate with sinners, welcomed foreigners, and consistently demonstrated a radical inclusivity that defied exclusionary norms. In contrast, certain teachings attributed to Muhammad, such as those recorded in Sahih Muslim 267a, propose a different social dynamic. According to this hadith, Muslims were instructed not to initiate greetings with Jews or Christians, and were advised to assert spatial dominance by requiring non-Muslims to yield the road. These directives imply a structured hierarchy in social interactions, when non-Muslims are positioned as outsiders, reflecting a principle of religious distinction rather than universal grace. The emphasis here lies on maintaining communal integrity and social order within the faith community, which at times results in practices that limit engagement with or elevate believers above those outside the fold. This comparison reveals a fundamental divergence. Jesus advocates for unconditional acceptance, proactive kindness, and love that extends even to enemies. Muhammad's guidance, as reflected in this tradition, emphasizes clear religious boundaries, reserving full social recognition and respect primarily for members of the faith community, while circumscribing the social agency of outsiders. The ethical foundations differ accordingly. Jesus' model is rooted in divine grace and aims at spiritual perfection through self-giving love. Muhammad, as model, in this context, prioritizes social cohesion, group identity, and hierarchical order. These contrasting approaches reflect not only different spiritual teachings, but also competing visions of human interaction. Jesus' ethic of radical love seeks to dissolve barriers, transform hearts, and build inclusive communities through grace. Muhammad's instructions, while fostering internal solidarity and discipline, establish a framework of social and religious stratification. The difference between welcoming the stranger and regulating their place in public space encapsulates a deeper philosophical contrast, one centered on divine love that transcends boundaries, the other on human-ordered structures that reinforce them. Recognizing these distinctions offers valuable insight into how each tradition conceptualizes moral responsibility, communal life, and the ethical treatment of the other in both spiritual and societal contexts.